Attention, Sergeant on deck!
There are many well-known starfighter models in the Star Wars universe, from the Aurek class starfighters of the Old Republic to the TIE fighters of the Empire. A wide variety of fighters was used during the Clone Wars, and both sides had several models that the other side feared. In this video, we'll be addressing 5 such starfighters which instilled fear into their enemies simply by appearing on the battlefield. The nimble Jedi Interceptor was one of the most feared ships in the Republic arsenal, though it took a skilled pilot to properly handle it. Commonly used as personal starfighters by Jedi, these interceptors were actually used by clones as well. Each Venator-class Star Destroyer carried 192 of them, though presumably their spots were most often occupied by Z-95 Headhunters or V-19 Torrents instead. The Eta 2 sacrificed durability and hyperdrive capabilities for raw speed, which worked quite well for most Jedi, though some clone pilots found it harder to manage. This boost in speed allowed the interceptors to negate some of the advantages of their droid opponents, though this also came at the cost of shields. Each interceptor was armed with 2 laser cannons and 2 ion cannons, both of which proved formidable against droid starfighters. The Eta 2 was a menace to the CIS in the second half of the Clone Wars, especially those piloted by the Jedi. Based on the Utapauan Porax 38 starfighter, the Rogue class starfighter was developed by the CIS fairly early into the Clone Wars, intended for use by General Grievous's Magna Guards. Like the fighters on which they were based, Rogue class starfighters had top-of-the-line interstellar sensor systems, as well as heavy shielding and armor plating and hyperdrive capability. This made them capable of long-range independent missions, something that not many common starfighters could undertake. The Rogue class was also highly adaptable, and some models were even fitted with cloaking devices, including the Xandau Blood, the starfighter that was used by Cad Bane. The default model was heavily armed, boasting a pair of rapid-fire heavy laser cannons that were capable of inflicting serious damage. When paired with the powerful reflexes of an IG-100 Magna Guard, the Rogue class starfighter became a potent threat to Republic fleets across the galaxy. Perhaps the most well-known starfighter on this list, the ARC-170 was the Republic's deadliest starfighter, despite its relative lack of speed and maneuverability. While the ships were notably sluggish, they more than made up for this with high-grade sensors, hyperspace capabilities, powerful shielding, and overwhelming firepower. 36 of the fighters were carried aboard each Venator-class Star Destroyer, each with a crew of a pilot, co-pilot, rear gunner, and astromech droid. The ARC-170 was heavy-hitting, more so than almost any other standard-issue starfighter deployed during the Clone Wars. Each ship was equipped with a pair of large, extremely powerful laser cannons, which could disintegrate most enemy starfighters and could inflict serious damage to warship shields. ARC-170s also had tail laser cannons for defense, a proton torpedo launcher, and signal jammers, which gave it an edge over most enemy fighter types. Even more feared than the ARC-170, however, was the Tri-Fighter. A product of the Colicoids, the fearsome producers of the Droideka, the Tri-Fighter was a nightmare for Republic fighters, as they combined both extreme speed and extreme firepower. To make things worse, they were commonly used and frequently were employed as fleet defenders or assault leaders. Like the Predators on which the Colicoids based their design, Tri-Fighters were capable of incredible carnage. Though they weren't quite as fast as Vulture droids, Tri-Fighters were nonetheless faster than most organic piloted starfighters, and were fairly durable on top of that. Most importantly, however, Tri-Fighters were very well armed, with 1 medium laser cannon, 3 light laser cannons, and variable payload missile launchers, which could spell doom for pretty much any craft in the Republic arsenal. Their missile launchers could carry either 6 concussion missiles for anti-warship strikes, or 6 Discord missiles for buzz droid deployment. And talking about Discord, join our Geetsly's Discord in the description below. The most feared starfighter of the Clone Wars was the Ginivex starfighter. Commonly known as Fanblades, these rare craft were built by the Geonosians for Count Dooku, who gave 6 to Asajj Ventress and her associates on Rat Attack. They were well armed, hard to hit, stealthy, and well shielded, making them perfect for someone like Asajj Ventress. With a skilled pilot like her at the controls, the fighters could be used to wipe out entire starfighter squadrons. Each fan blade was equipped with 4 laser cannons and a large fan-like solar sail. While this sail made the starfighter stand out, it also bolstered shield power significantly, and in conjunction with the fighter's other stealth systems, could be used to allow the pilot to avoid detection. The fan blade's deadliest asset was its flexibility. It could be used for nearly every role, be it for attack runs, defense, hunting, escape, or even stealth. So those were 5 starfighters from the Clone Wars that struck fear into enemy pilots more than any others. What do you think? Do you think we missed one? Feel free to post your thoughts in the comment section below and let me know which one you would have wanted to pilot more so than any else. And just before you go guys, let me know if you're enjoying these weekly themes and which weekly theme you think I should cover next. And don't forget to join my Geetsly's gaming network, where you can join us in our Clone Wars roleplay on Roblox and Gmod, our Imperial roleplay on Gmod, and our Halo roleplay on Gmod. And also, just a quick shout out to all my patrons. Thank you guys so much. As I've stated in the previous videos, you guys really help out with the quality and quantity of videos produced on the channel. Their names and the link to the Patreon is in the description below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.